A holiday flight to paradise turns into a death trap. A budget airline, two exhausted pilots, and a killer storm. On final approach, the wind tries to slam them into the ground. They decide to escape. They shove the throttles forward, but as soon as they let go, the plane pulls the power back to zero. A ghost in the machine decides to land the plane whether the pilots like it or not. This is the tragedy of 12Go Flight 269.
September 16, 2007, Don Mueang Airport, Bangkok. 123 tourists board a McDonnell Douglas MD-82. They are heading to Phuket. The airline, 12Go, is known for being cheap, but the low price comes with a hidden cost. The pilots are pushed to the breaking point. They are flying illegal hours. The captain is 57, the first officer is 30. They have flown way past their safety limits. Their reaction times are shot, and they are flying into a monster. Phuket is battered by a tropical storm. Winds are gusting at 40 knots. Visibility is dropping. The trap is set.
Phuket's runway has a tricky feature, the offset ILS. The instrument beam doesn't lead you straight to the runway. You have to turn visually at the last second. At 3:37 p.m., the tower warns of wind shear. The air is chaotic. The plane is being tossed like a toy. Another plane just landed and reported severe turbulence, but the captain decides to press on. At 500 feet, the co-pilot turns off the autopilot to fly manually, but he makes a fatal mistake. He leaves the auto-throttle on.
He is steering with his hands, but the computer is still controlling the engine power. The wind slams the jet. They drop too fast, 1,800 feet per minute.
The approach is unstable. The co-pilot shouts, "Go around." This is a standard maneuver. Abort the landing, climb away. To do this, you must press the toga buttons on the throttle levers. This tells the computer, "Give me maximum power." But in his panic, he forgets the button. He physically pushes the levers forward with his hand. The engines roar up. Then he lets go to retract the landing gear. The auto-throttle computer is confused. It thinks they are still landing. It sees the pilots are not holding the levers, so it pulls the power back, all the way to idle. The nose is pitched up to climb, but the engines are dead. The plane becomes a heavy metal brick floating on momentum. Speed bleeds away instantly. The pilots don't understand why they are falling. Transfer controls. The captain grabs the yoke, but nobody looks at the engine gauges. The stick shaker activates. Stall warning. At 3:40 p.m., gravity wins. The MD-82 slams into an embankment next to the runway. It breaks into 3 pieces and bursts into flames. 90 people die instantly. 40 are left fighting for their lives in the fire. Rescue is slow. The ditch blocks the fire trucks. The investigation revealed a culture of fatigue and shortcuts, but the final killer was a tiny button that was never pressed.